Thomas comes to breakfast. Thomas the tank engine has worked his branch line for many years and knows it very well. You know just where to stop, Thomas, laughed his driver. You could almost manage it without me. Thomas had become conceited. He didn't realize that his driver was joking. Later, he boasted to the others, "Driver says I don't need him now." "Don't be daft," snorted Percy. "I'd never go without my driver," said Toby earnestly. "I'd be frightened." "Puh," boasted Thomas. "I'm not scared." "You'd never dare," said the other engines. "I would then," boasted Thomas. "You'll see." Next morning, the firemen came. Thomas drowsed comfortably in the shed as the warmth spread through his boiler. Percy and Toby were still asleep. Thomas opened his eyes, and then he suddenly remembered. "Silly stick in the muds," he chuckled. "I'll show them. Driver hasn't come yet, so here goes." He cautiously tried one piston, then the other. they're moving, he whispered. "I'll just go out, then I'll stop and wheesh! That'll make them jump." Very, very quietly, he headed past the door. Thomas thought that he was being clever, but really he was only moving because a careless cleaner had meddled with his controls. He soon found out his mistake. He tried to wheesh, but he couldn't. He tried to stop, but he couldn't. He just kept rolling along. "The buffers will stop me," he thought hopefully. But the siding had no buffers. Thomas's wheels left the rails and crunched the tarmac. There was the station master's house. Thomas didn't dare to look at what was coming next. The station master and his family were about to have breakfast. "Horrors!" cried Thomas, and shut his eyes. The house rocked and broken glass tinkled. Plaster peppered the plates. Thomas had collected a bush on his travels. He peered anxiously into the room through its leaves. He couldn't speak. The station master was furious. The station master's wife picked up her plate. "You miserable engine," she scolded. "Just look what you've done to Bob's breakfast. Now I shall have to cook some more." She banged the door. More plaster fell. This time it fell on Thomas. Thomas felt depressed. The plaster was tickly. He wanted to sneeze, but he didn't dare in case the house fell on him. Nobody came for a long time. Everyone was much too busy. At last, workmen propped up the house with strong poles and laid rails through the garden. Donald and Douglas arrived. "Do not fetch yourself, Thomas. We'll soon have you back on the rails," they laughed. Puffing hard, the twins managed to haul Thomas back to safety. Bits of fencing, the bush, and a broken window frame festooned Thomas's front, which was badly twisted. He looked very funny. The twins laughed and left him. Thomas was in disgrace, but there was worse to come. "You are a very naughty engine," came a voice. "I know, sir," said Thomas. "I'm sorry, sir." "You must go to the works and have your front end mended. It will be a long job," said the Fat Controller. "Yes, sir," faltered Thomas. "Meanwhile, a diesel rail car called Daisy will do your work." "A diesel, sir? Daisy, sir?" Thomas spluttered. "Yes, Thomas," said the Fat Controller. "Diesels always stay in their sheds till they are wanted. Diesels never gallivant off to breakfast in station masters' houses." The Fat Controller turned on his heels and sternly walked away. Daisy. Percy and Toby were worried. Thomas had recently had an accident. He had run into the station master's house and had caused a great deal of trouble. Now the Fat Controller was waiting for them with important news. "Here," he said, "is Daisy, the diesel rail car, who has come to help while Thomas is, indisposed." "Please, sir," asked Percy. "Will she go, sir, when Thomas comes back, sir?" "That depends," said the Fat Controller. "Meanwhile, however long she stays, I hope that you will both make her welcome and comfortable." "Yes, sir, we'll try, sir," said the engines. "Good. Run along now and show her the shed. She will want to rest after her journey," said the Fat Controller. Daisy was hard to please. She shuddered at the engine shed. "This is dreadfully smelly," she announced. "I'm highly sprung, and anything smelly is bad for my swerves." Next, they tried the carriage shed. "This is better," said Daisy, "but whatever is that rubbish?" The rubbish turned out to be Annie, Clarabelle, and Henrietta, who were most offended. "We won't stay here to be insulted," they fumed. Percy and Toby had to take them away and spend half the night soothing their hurt feelings. The engines woke next morning feeling exhausted. Daisy, on the other hand, felt bright and cheerful. "Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!" she tooted as she came out of the yard. "Look at me," she purred to the passengers. "I am the latest diesel, highly sprung and right up to date. You won't want Thomas's bumpy old Annie and Clarabelle now." The passengers were interested. They climbed in and sat back comfortably, waiting for Daisy to start. But she didn't. When she saw that a milk van was to be coupled to her, she stopped purring. "Do you expect me to pull that?" she asked. "Surely," said her driver. "Percy does it. He loves messing about with trucks." Daisy began to shudder violently. "Stop that," said her driver. "Come on now, back down." Daisy lurched backwards. She was so cross that she blew a fuse. "Told you," she said, and stopped. Everyone argued with her, but it was no use. "It's fitter's orders," she said. "What is?" they demanded. "My fitter's a very nice man. He comes every week and examines me carefully. Daisy, he says, never, never pull. You're highly sprung, and pulling is bad for your swerves. So that's how it is, finished Daisy. Stuff and nonsense, said the station master. I don't understand, said the shunter. Whatever made the Fat Controller send us such a feeble, spluttered Daisy. Let me... Stop arguing, grumbled the passengers. We're late already. So they uncoupled the van. Daisy purred away, feeling very pleased with herself. She could now enjoy her journey. That's a good story, she chuckled. I'll do just what work I choose and no more. But she said it to herself. Percy's predicament. Daisy the diesel rail car enjoyed her work in the countryside. But she was still very lazy and stubborn. One day, Toby brought Henrietta to the station where Percy was shunting them. Hello, Percy, said Toby. I see Daisy's left the milk again. I'll have to make a special journey with her, I suppose. Anyone would think I'd nothing to do, grumbled Percy. Tell you what, replied Toby. I'll take the milk and you can fetch my trucks. The drivers and the station master agreed, and both engines set off. Percy went to the quarry and began ordering the trucks about. Come along. The trucks grumbled to each other.
This is Toby's place. Percy's got no right to poke his funnel up here and push us around.
They whispered and passed the word.
Pay Percy out.
Pay Percy out.
Pay Percy out.
Pay Percy back.
Come along, Puff Percy, no nonsense.
We'll give him nonsense.
Giggled the trucks. But they followed so quietly that Percy thought they were under control. Suddenly he saw a notice ahead. All trains stopped to pin down brakes. Whistled Percy. Brakes, guard, please. Before he could check them, the truck surged forward. Oh, they cried. Help, help, whistled Percy. Frantically trying to grip the rails, Percy slid into the yard. Look out! He whistled.
Invincible! Ow!
The brake van was in smithereens. Percy, still whistling fit to burst, was perched on some trucks. Next day, the Fat Controller arrived. Toby and Daisy had helped to clear the wreckage, but Percy remained on his perch of trucks. We must now try, said the Fat Controller, to run the branch line with Toby and a diesel. Percy, you have put us in an awkward predicament. I am sorry, sir, replied Percy. You can stay there till we are ready, said the Fat Controller. Perhaps it will teach you to be careful with trucks. Percy sighed. The trucks groaned beneath his wheels. He quite understood about awkward predicaments. The Fat Controller spoke severely to Daisy too. My engines must work hard. I send lazy engines away. Daisy was ashamed. However, the Fat Controller went on, Toby says you worked hard after Percy's accident, so you shall have another chance. Thank you, sir, said Daisy. I will work hard, sir. Toby says he'll help me. Excellent, said the Fat Controller. The next day, Thomas came back from being mended, and Percy was sent around. Annie and Clarabelle were delighted to see Thomas again, and he took them for a run at once. Thomas, Toby, and Daisy are now all friends, and Toby has taught Daisy a great deal. She often takes the milk for Thomas, and when Toby is busy, she takes Henrietta. That shows you, doesn't it?